Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at the brand new Killteam starter set, Operation Hivestorm. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Alright, so we recently got confirmation that there's going to be not only a brand new box for Killteam, but it is in fact a new starter set for the new edition. And it's going to be focused on like jump pack or flying Killteam. So pretty cool, but let's take a look. Warhammer Preview Show. Operation Hivestorm descend from the skies into the next great leap for Killteam. Warning Imperial citizens, the world of Volkus is under Xenos attack. The valiant Militarum Tempestus has sent their best to keep the skies clear. Elite operatives are landing across the city, and all able-bodied commanders are required to take up the Emperor's Sword in the latest explosive box set for Killteam Hivestorm. Alright, so here we see the actual box set here. Killteam Hivestorm, we got the Tempestus Scions. We've got the Tau Vespid Stingwings. Pretty nice art and everything, and then a little preview of the models. Killteam Hivestorm isn't just a new expansion, it's the launch of a whole new edition of Killteam, the fast-paced game of Spec Ops skirmishers. Updated rules make it even easier to pitch your squad of elite specialists against the best in the galaxy has to offer. We'll get into the biggest changes a bit later. For now, have a look at the first of the awesome kill teams included in Hivestorm, the Tempestus Aquilons. All Tempestus Scions are trained in the art of aerial drop deployment, but Aquilons are those units that exclusively thunder in a battle on roaring grav shoots. They're selected for self-sufficiency, intuition, and raw aggression, which makes them ideal candidates for dangerous special operations against the enemy's own elites. Alright, so first we have the new Imperial kill team, and here we see we have like a commander, leader of the squad, with a power sword and a little pistol. Nice looking poses overall. And then we see a double pistolier here. Note everybody has the grav shoots. And then here we see a melt-a-gun. We also see one with like a sniper rifle. Pretty nice models right here. Definitely some nice action poses. And then we see one that's geared for combat, a grenadier or explosive expert. So we have a combination of like close range firepower and then like your typical sort of like hotshot las guns. And then of course like the specialists as well. I really like the new poses of these. They definitely look like the old Tempestus Scions, just like a little more action posed. I would expect these to get rules for 40k as well. And this is going to be a really nice unit to add back into the Astra Militarum range. And then the new addition is the Servo Sentry. So it is worth note that there's no actual heavy weapons trooper. Instead, you basically have like a drop-in little drone. And then the Sentry has the option for the hotshot volley gun, a flamer, and then a grenade launcher. And potentially other options as well, but pretty cool setup right here. Definitely a big fan of the models. Definitely a nice new addition for Killteam to have more of like the jump aspect and really take advantage of like the 3D elements and multi-levels. And then of course this will be a welcome addition into 40k and really fill out the Astra Militarum range. Like their fellow Scions, Aquilons are equipped with finely wrought carapace armor and armed primarily with hotshot las weapons. Most commonly hotshot las carbines that hit much harder than the standard Imperial las gun. Their preferred strategy of dropping right into the middle of enemy lines requires intense close quarters training, leading many units to deploy specialists armed with melta carbines, plasma carbines, and other short range weapons. They'll be putting every one of their skills to the test in Volkus as the Tau Empire has sent waves of their own drop troopers into the fray, drawn from the ranks of their alien auxiliaries. And then next we have the Vespid Stingwings, Tau auxiliaries, very popular. These things definitely needed some new models and these look fantastic. Though less widespread than the Krut, who make up a large percentage of the Tau Empire's auxiliaries, the Vespids are afforded no less respect for the Firecast due to their resilience and combat utility. They were initially introduced in small teams to support troops armed with vicious neuron blasters, short-range weapons that use the Vespid's homeworld, unique crystals to project deadly radiation. Their deployments have since grown to encompass a wider range of battlefield roles, and all are armed with the wondrous Earthcast inventions. So a very welcome addition to the Tau range. Typically these come in like units of 5. They've got some pretty cool up-down rules and provide some excellent utility for the actual Tau army, but the models were very dated. These look absolutely amazing. So we have like a heavy weapon trooper. We have the Strain leader who's got like a stealth suit style helmet. Very, very cool. The guns look much improved. I really like the addition of the crystals in the end. We see one with a rail rifle, some sniper capabilities. The Swarm Guard again has like a sort of special weapon option. And then this dude right here looks like he's getting ready to throw a grenade. Very, very dynamic poses. Super cool. We got some of the standard warriors. They've redesigned these and made them look much, much better in my opinion. And then we see more of the typical warriors. And then we also have the oversight drone. So the addition of a new style drone for the Vespids as well. So very, very cool. Again, going to be great for multi-level movement in Killteam, and then obviously a much welcomed kit to update the existing range for 40k. Firecast commanders soon discovered that the Vespid made for excellent Killteam operatives, matching predatory instincts with their keen alien cunning, and the ability to operate for an unparalleled amount of time without resupply or assistance. Dedicated chasseur handlers connected to the Strain Leader's Communion Helm by an MV-44 oversight drone allow the complex strategies to be immediately relayed to the unit, leaving the job of executing their sabotage and assassination missions to the winged warriors in the field. The Prestige affords Stingwing kill teams a chance to test experimental technology, such as extremely lethal neutron grenade launchers and ghost rigs that render shade strains invisible. This new versatility makes the Vespid a force to be reckoned with, and a perfect opposition for the Tempestus Aquilons. So very cool. They definitely mentioned the ghost rig for the shade strain, who again looks like he's wearing that stealth suit helmet. So I would imagine he's going to have some rules to reflect that. Very, very cool. And again, looking forward to seeing how that reflects in 40K and changes to their rules as well. Beautiful models, 2 awesome new kill teams. Very welcome. And then we have the terrain. Volkus is a highly developed imperial world dedicated to churning of armaments and littered with massive hive cities, nestled in between orbital defenses like the skyline-dominating massive ballista, the so-called great gun that points starwards. These environments provide operatives with plenty of cover to fight over, and Killteam Hivestorm comes with 14 pieces of terrain that make up Killzone Volkus, split between sprawling strongholds, bombed-out ruins, and patches of heavy and light rubble. Alright, so here we see the full new terrain set. So you're basically getting 22 operatives, which is awesome, 11 for each team, getting a full terrain set, and then of course the board that it's on, there's going to be some scattered terrain as well. So looking at the actual terrain, we basically have like 4 nice sized buildings. 2 of them are recycled pieces from the old starter set, and then we see 2 large new pieces as well. And one thing I really like about this style of terrain, it goes really well with like the Sector Mechanicus, more like industrial stuff, as well as the Sector Imperialis, like Imperial Ruins. This is definitely a kind of combination of the 2. All 4 pieces are multi-level, which is nice. Obviously, that's going to really come into play with the jump jets, the ability to move vertically and horizontally, and overall has a really nice look to it. The actual board is very well laid out. It looks like it's going to be that typical 22 by 30 inch board, your normal kill team or warcry size, about a quarter the size of a typical 40K board. And you can see with the actual setup, you'll be able to rearrange these buildings in various ways to have a nice kill zone, good line of sight blocking, multi-level combat. Overall, just looks great to me. I like the new style of the terrain. It goes well with like the older style stuff, and then also brings some new elements. It's going to go along nicely with like the bunkers or like barracks a lot of the other previous sets of Kill Team have offered. So very, very cool. Nice setup. Looks like it's going to be a fun and good board to play on. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now back to the video. And then we have the core book and Hivestorm Dossier. A new edition means new rules, and they're all contained in the brand new core book. Everything has been rewritten from the ground up to make the lore and rules clearer and easier to read than ever before, with design notes and examples in the margins to clarify any tricky situations that might occur. So for me, this is the best part. I really enjoyed Kill Team at the beginning of the edition. The actual Kill Teams were fun, they were very thematic, but over the last few years, the game became extremely bloated. When Kill Team first came out, it was taking roughly like an hour to an hour and a half to play a game. And you can see from like the tournaments at this point in time that they allocate about 2 hours and 30 minutes or 2 hours and 45 minutes for a game. So at that point in time, it's not even really a skirmish game anymore, because there's no reason that a game with 12 operatives roughly per team taking place on a board that's about a quarter the size of a normal 40K game board should be taking 2 hours and 45 minutes. So hopefully they have simplified the rules but kept the flavor, but made it so these games are going to be back to like an hour to an hour and a half. Because one great thing about like skirmish combat is it's not like a full day venture, a full day commitment to where you're basically setting aside 3 hours to play a game. It's much more desirable if you can set up the table, play a game, and break everything down in like an hour or 2 at max. So I expect the new rulebook is going to be awesome. Hopefully it is really reworking the game from the ground up. I like a lot of the changes they made into this edition, but like I said, the bloat has just gotten out of control. Also, they took over 3 years and never released rules outside of the compendium for a lot of the factions. So hopefully in this edition, everybody's actually going to get like a bespoke kill team, because for the factions that never actually got any additions, the way that the bloat and power creep massively grew over time made it so those teams were basically unusable. So we do know the Hivestorm Dossier is going to have new rules for both the Vespids and then also the Aquilons. And then it should have a campaign inside as well, a bunch of different missions, and basically be everything we need to get started with the new edition. So definitely a big fan of this. It looks absolutely awesome. and these box sets always have a ton of value packed inside them. And we'll talk just a little bit about that at the end. In addition to the core book, Killteam Hivestorm Dossier contains all the rules you need for using your Tempestus Aquilons and Vespid Stingwing kill teams, along with a wealth of missions, universal equipment rules, and background lore for both teams. The wider war on Volkus and how life there warps around the great gun. So I would imagine there's going to be like some crazy rules whenever the gun fires off. Basically does like a mini tremor and has like some kind of in-game special effects. Softback edition of core book is included in Killteam Hivestorm, and a separate hardback version will be available at a later date, while the Hivestorm Dossier can only be found inside the Hivestorm box. So in the past, they have sold these books separately. I don't know if that's going to be the case or not, but realistically, anybody that's interested in Killteam should definitely be after one of these box sets, so it shouldn't be an issue to get a hold of the Hivestorm Dossier. Alright, and then we've got the upgrades and accessories. In the current edition of Killteam, each player has their own barricades that they deploy before the game begins. And Killteam Hivestorm ups the ante with a whole pack of new physical assets for your operatives. The classic barricades return alongside barbed wire obstacles, ladders, smoke grenades, and plenty of other gubbins to try out. And this is also where you'll find your plastic range markers, redesigned with an extremely Warhammer amount of skulls. So here we see some of the stuff laid out on the table, but essentially these are the gubbins here. So we have the new range marker. It's definitely worth note that they have gotten rid of the idiotic shapes and just went back to actual numbers, which is what people like. This is denominated in inches. So we have the 1, 2, 3, and then 6 inches. We also have the combination of the 6-inch range with the 1, 2, and 3 piece. So now rather than having two separate range rulers, you're going to have this one kind of like oddly shaped one. Not sure if I love that idea, but it's not bad. We also see like tons of skulls all over them. The Killteam logo, pretty cool. It does only show one in the set, so I'm not sure if you're only going to get this one piece or if you'll get two of them. And then here we see the gubbins. So we have basically deployed smoke, a bunch of little like scatter bits, different style barricades as well as the old style barricades. The barbed wire looks pretty cool. We've got a ladder. Overall, pretty cool stuff right here. Definitely some neat new additions. And overall, I like these changes. Looks pretty good. These elements are joined by a set of approved operation cards, which collect all the information you need to play fast-paced match play games of Killteam in one convenient place. This is also where you find all of your tac ops, mission cards, map keys, along with handy leaflets laying out 6 different terrain layouts for your kill zone Volkus, Gallowdark, and Beta Decima. Both the Killteam Upgrade Equipment Pack and Approved Operations Card Pack are included in the Killteam Hivestorm and will also be available separately at time of release. To cap it all off, Hivestorm comes with 2 large pop-out token sheets, one for your essential Killteam needs, and one containing bespoke tokens for the Tempestus Aquilons and Vespid Stingwings, with a combined 147 tokens between them, encompassing everything from order trackers and APL modifiers to Aquilon drop markers and Stingwing neutron grenade tokens. You'll find keeping track of your operatives even easier than before. As you might expect for a new edition of Killteam, there'll be some rules changes coming for your existing miniatures, and we'll be covering all of those in much more detail soon. We can reveal that a range of data cards will also be coming separately for Killteams, and we've some other juicy tidbits we can't wait to show off. Keep your oculars trained to the Warhammer community in coming weeks. Alright, so very cool. They're basically going to be selling a range of data cards for all of the various Killteams, something that was previously only available in the expansion box sets. And even if you bought the Killteam separately, there was no way to actually get a hold of those cards. So the idea that Games Workshop is going to sell them similar to what they sell for like 40K and now for Sigmar is definitely a welcome addition. So now we see everything in the box set, a bunch more tokens, the approved ops card pack. Let's sort of total up what kind of value we can expect in this box set. So the card packs typically run about like 30 bucks. Previously, Games Workshop sold the tokens, the range ruler, barricade, accessories, all that stuff in a little pack for about 45 bucks. So that's like $75 in accessories and cards. We can assume about 50 bucks for the core book and about 40 for the Hivestorm book. So that gives us about $165 so far. And then we got about $125 worth of terrain. So that's going to put us at about $290 in value. Something around like 30 bucks for the game board, assuming it's one of the nice fold out ones and not just the paper mat. So that gives us about 320 bucks. And then we got our new kill teams, which are about 65 bucks a piece. So roughly $450 worth of MSRP value in this box set. I would expect it to be priced somewhere around like $230 to $250, knowing Games Workshop and how they like to constantly raise the prices. It's possible it could come in a little below that. I don't think they would price it higher than $250. So realistically, I think you're going to save about 50% over buying the individual components separately in this box set, which is definitely a nice deal. It seems like Games Workshop is packing a lot more into these box sets, giving us a lot more value for buying them, especially with the starter sets. I'm definitely excited about the new edition. I think some rules changes are definitely necessary, and I'm really looking forward to the revised edition of Killteam. Hopefully it keeps a lot of the cool elements that made it awesome, embraces like the skirmish combat and like the individual operatives, but also just makes the game more fun, flow a lot better, and most importantly, take a lot less time. There is no actual mention as to how long the edition is going to make the games, but I would love to see it somewhere around like an hour to an hour and a half for just a regular game of Killteam. Basically cutting the amount of time it takes to play a game in about half, back to where like skirmish combat should be. So you can meet up for a couple hours, get in a game, or set it up on your kitchen table, play with your family or friends, and then break it down in a reasonable amount of time. Or if you have a larger time allotment, you could potentially play like 2 games in a single sitting and have fun how you're supposed to. So the games are fun and comprehensive. It feels like a true skirmish game, but doesn't feel like some kind of massive commitment where you have to dedicate an entire evening or afternoon just to play what should be a quick and fun little skirmish combat. So let me know what you think of the new Killteam Hivestorm box set. We don't have a specific release date yet, but I'm expecting it to come up for pre-order in the next couple of weeks and potentially be out as soon as like a month or so from now. I'm definitely looking forward to this. I really enjoyed Killteam at the beginning of the edition. It was super fun, but the rules bloat and the power creep just got out of control. There was way too many like revisions and FAQ documents. The games were taking way too long, and honestly, it completely was taking the fun out of the game. If I'm going to sit down for 3 hours and play a game of Warhammer, I'm just going to play big 40k. I don't want to spend 3 hours moving around a dozen operatives. And as far as value is concerned and availability, in the past we have never seen availability issues with the starter boxes. They've always been massively produced and readily available, and most of the time they've been overproduced, so there's been no issue getting a hold of one. I wish we could say the same about the expansions, but hopefully Games Workshop is going to be making a lot more expansions to follow this, probably quarterly, as that's what they've done in the past, and they'll be massively upping the production so that it's not some big issue for anybody that wants to get a hold of one. I like the value in this box set. It definitely seems like it's going to be a good deal. We'll have to see what the price comes out at, but I think it's probably going to be somewhere around that range. And I definitely like the idea of them releasing the card packs separately so that even if you do miss out on one of the expansions or don't want to buy the big box set, you can get the card packs regardless. So very, very cool, very exciting. Definitely looking forward to where they take Killteam. Let me know if you're looking forward to giving Killteam a try after seeing this. We're going to have some potential like horde or solo play mode as well, which is really appealing for those people out there that either want to play their games on their own, want to get some practice before they hit combat with a friend, or just learn the game in like a comfortable environment. I would expect them to release the actual core rules for free as they've done in the past, and then also some form of like index with the initial rules for all of the kill teams right off the bat, so you can get started playing with all of them right away. There's definitely going to be a big advantage to the new kill teams in this set and the ones that follow, as the additional mobility of like the jump troopers is going to be super cool. I also expect them to release future kill teams with jump capabilities, stuff like swooping hawks, potentially like a jump assault unit or world eaters. And I definitely think we're going to see lots of other cool kill teams to come. And then also a lot of like the initial releases of these kill teams are going to provide new data sheets for 40k, sort of fill out some of the ranges for existing armies, and just overall be a net positive on the community and wargaming in general. So let me know what you think down below. If you have any points that I have missed, any concerns, any questions, always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. And as always, special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on most Games Workshop products. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man. And for the first time in a long time, I'm excited again about Killteam. And I'm out of here.